Let's heal our people-pleasing tendencies. We were stripped from our confidence at a very, very early age, and this is what turned us into people pleasers. Many of us as children, we speak truth. You meet children today, and they say the wildest things. They are unfiltered, right? That's how we were too in our very young age. So many of us, especially environmentally within our homes, this is mostly happening, right? Where be quiet, you're being too loud, or don't say that, that's rude, or make sure we're primed, right, and built to be extremely proper for the world to be acceptable, right? So we can't say that, that's mean, right? Just because it's the truth. Because when we are trained, I want to say trained, okay? When we are programmed to not speak our truth, then we don't feel like our truth is worthy to be spoken, right? So then that strips us of the courage to speak our truth, right? So then we create this narrative that we have to stay quiet, right? We have to filter our voice. We have to be careful of what we speak because we don't want to hurt other people's feelings, right? And admirably so, yes. But then what we're doing is we're suffocating our authentic truth. We are hiding our true selves for the likings of other people, right? So we have to kind of leave this illusion, right? Where it says, okay, I can't speak my truth because then I'm going to hurt other people. This is more of a reframe where we say, okay, we are allowed to speak our truth, but let's act with compassion and grace, right? Let's allow ourselves to intuitively say that our truth belongs. And two, even if it hurts somebody else, because sometimes truths do hurt. People don't want to hear the truth, right? Understandably so, but it is not our problem on their reaction to the truth we are speaking. Okay, this is how we're going to break the mold of the people pleasing ways, because the people pleaser is basically just saying, I'm going to hold my tongue so that you don't get hurt, right? When we need to actually see that our truth is purposeful, right? Our truth is heralding change. Our truth is helping somebody see their fault, is helping somebody be accountable for their actions, for their own words, right? So many of us are programmed, right, to believe that speaking our truth is actually a bad thing when no, it is not. In my personal belief, in my personal situation, how it had happened was I spoke truths openly. I shared a lot of wisdom that was very apparent to the naked eye within my home. But then what happened with me was that my parents became cold, calculated. So I grew the narrative that I need to be careful what I say if I want to experience connection and emotional depth. And basically, I lost, like, my parents became cold when I spoke truth. So what happened was I didn't want to lose their love or their attention. So I stopped speaking my truth, right? And that literally is what happens to many of us, where we will hold back our truth for the likings of being loved. And that's completely understandable for a child, right? We do not understand what is currently what is happening at that age, at that vulnerable stage, right? We're being stripped of our innocence. Our innocent, pure little soul and heart is just so wide open and willing to express itself as it knows. But then the conditioning comes in and we're confused. But now as an adult, you can say, well, it's not my problem if somebody else is hurt over the truth that I need to speak. Right? It is not my problem, to feel that I'm not lovable or worthy of being loved if I need to speak up on something. If somebody does not like what you say, that has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. And if they are triggered enough to not want to be your friend anymore, or not want to be in a relationship with you anymore, want to fire you from your job, that is because their own bullshit, that whatever they're going through. And that's purposeful, because then that shows you their true colors, and you don't need somebody who X, Y, and Z because of your truth. Because the people who love you for your truth will honor your truth, will accept what you are saying. Maybe they have to work through their own things, but they're not going to ruin the relationship with you because you spoke a truth. And if you are going to lose relationships over your truth, those people aren't aligned with you. And that's okay. That's another thing in society. We're all built to be like these little damn robots, right? We have to be friends with everybody. We have to be likable by everybody. That is not what we're built to be. That is where we lose our authenticity. Is when we were programmed to believe that we have to be liked and loved by everybody, and that we have to be palpable in this world. No. All it's doing is stripping us of our personal power. It's stripping us from our authentic truth, from our ability to live lives that bring ourselves happiness, not the happiness of other people. We're programmed to make other people happy, to disown ourselves. And that's where this stops. So if you know that you've been a people pleaser, this is your answer. Bring the attention back to yourself. Start building the confidence back in yourself. Call your power back to yourself and tell yourself that your truth belongs. That what you have to say is important. That your voice matters, and the right people will stay no matter what. And if this is something that you are interested in learning and or digging deeper within yourself, check out the link in my bio. I have a reclamation guide and an interactive activation workbook, which works directly with our worthiness wound that helps us break out of the mold to remember who we are at our core, because that is our truth. Our truth is what's been buried. Set it free and watch your life change for the better.